Okay, part 3. Last thing I was talking about was the T, I think. Alright then. The TEE type of tube insert so you can get a better view of the heart, and then negative inotropes, they weaken heart contraction. Digitalis poisoning is digoxin poisoning. What is the treatment for stable SVT? I forgot what SVT is. SVT. So what the heck is SVT again? Oh shit, I forgot. SVT. Is it not here? Oh, supraventricular tachycardia. Okay. So what is the treatment for stable supraventricular tachycardia not caused by digitalis toxicity or WPW syndrome? It's vagal maneuvers. Wait, where the heck am I? What did I write? Okay. Oh. No, okay. What is the treatment of SVT caused by digitalis toxicity? Supraventricular tachycardia caused by digitalis toxicity. Stop the digitalis. Treat hypokalemia, which is low potassium level. Administer magnesium or phenytoin. Control certain types of seizures. Provide digoxin-specific antibodies to the stable patient. Avoid cardioversion. I have to look into that. But I think it's a good thing for me to get introduced to these concepts. And then as I get more and more exposed to these concepts, I'll remember and understand better everything about digoxin and why you stop digitalis, why something about treating hypokalemia and administering magnesium, phenytoin, which is an anti-seizure. Okay, what is the treatment for stable SVT? Okay, next one. So what's the treatment not for stable SVT not caused by or WPW syndrome, which is Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome? It's a condition where electrical pathway in the heart, an extra electrical that leads to periods of rapid heart rate. It's one of the most common causes of fast heart rate problems in infants and children. Vagal maneuvers, which is an action to slow down the heart rate. Adenosine, verapamil, and beta blockers that will slow down heart rate too. Describe key features of Mobitz 1 Wenckbach second degree AV block, atrioventricular block. So Mobitz 1 Wenckbach, it's prolonged PR interval AV conduction until it's completely blocked. Symptomatic atropine and transcutaneous pacing. Atropine. It's an involuntary nervous system blocker. So why would you, if symptomatic, maybe required? So why would you administer or why would you give atropine, which is an involuntary nervous system blocker, to someone who has a second-degree AV block, a Mobitz 1 block? That makes no sense. Transcutaneous, which is on the skin. Transvenous, which is inserted in the heart pacing. Okay, describe the key feature of Mobitz 2. Mobitz 2 is disease of the distal conduction, which is the bundle of His and Purkinje system. Okay, heart block is characterized on a surface ECG by intermittently non-conducted P waves not preceded by PR prolongation followed by PR shortening. Right, preceded means before, right? Preceded. Okay. So they're non-conducted P waves not preceded by intermittently non-conducted P waves. Okay. And not followed by PR shortening. It's a constant PR interval in which one or more beats fail to conduct. Versus Mobitz 1 prolongation. Okay. What's the treatment for Mobitz 2? Atropine? You treat it with involuntary nervous system blocker and transcutaneous. Okay, that makes sense. Wait, atropine treatment for bradycardia and maybe beneficial for AV block at the nodal level. How does it work? It poisons the vagus nerve, removing inputs to the heart. It fails. It works beautifully for vaguely meditated bradycardia. Cholinergic. It fails for bradycardia caused by other mechanisms. Heart block beyond the AV node. Okay. I'll get into that later. I'll understand if I come across that again, I think. Carotid massage or Valsalva maneuver is useful for slowing supraventricular rhythms. When is carotid massage contraindicated? With ventricular dysrhythmias, ventricular dysrhythmias, digitalis toxicity, stroke, syncope, seizures, known carotid artery disease, or in those with a carotid bruit. And carotid bruit means it's a vascular sound, Normally heard with the stethoscope over the carotid because of turbulent flow through a stenotic. It's constricted. Okay, turbulent. Okay. What are some common vagal maneuvers? I keep fucking that up. Breath holding. So that helps with slowing down the heart rate, right? Yeah. Wait, so you have to pay attention to which part of the heart? No. Do it. Logical impulses through. Oh, no, I don't think so. Okay. Stimulation of the gag reflex. Squatting. Pressure on the eyeballs. Interesting. And immersing the face in cold water. When you put your face in cold water, it causes your body to react fight or flight, right? So when it does that, some common vagal maneuvers. How would that slow down the heart rate? When these things make your heart rate faster. What? Pressure on eyeball vagal maneuver. This is super interesting. So you slow down the heart rate doing valsalvas, coughs, things that like strain your heart. Try gag. Hold your knees against your chest. Cold water and carotid sinus massage. Stick out your chin. Put pressure on your carotid sinus, the bone surrounding the carotid artery in your neck.
Time to try.
Interesting. Watch that later. Okay. Interesting. Okay, what is more common, premature atrial beats or ventricular beats? So it's more common to have premature atrial beats. Palpitations that occur because of premature atrial beats are generally benign and asymptomatic. Reassurance is the only treatment when the patient gains confidence. Less frequent, but more serious causes of atrial premature beats include pheochromocytoma and thyrotoxicosis. Pheochromocytoma is... Oh, okay. And thyrotoxicosis. It's they're both conditions that... So thyrotoxicosis, a bunch of thyroid hormones being produced, and then oh wait, am I recording? Let's see here. Then pheochromocytoma It's like hormone secreting tumor at the adrenal gland. Okay. So okay, I can see how that's a cause for. Wait, what is the thyroid? Oh, I can. Okay, all right. Because I'm thinking if thyroid's affecting the body, that's gonna put some kind of strain on the heart. That's probably how it's affecting it. Random unifocal PVCs, which is premature ventricular contractions, are also benign. Premature ventricular contraction. Okay, but common in the general population. Okay. Runs of PVCs and are associations of dyspnea. What is that again? Dyspnea. Oh, difficult breathing. Okay. So runs are symptoms of difficulty breathing, angina, which is ischemic chest pain. Okay. Syncope, fainting, require investigation, most likely related to underlying heart disease. How do the fixed rate demand modes of pacemakers differ? So fixed rate mode produces impulse at a continuous rate regardless of the patient's cardiac activity. Demand mode detects the patient's activity and it triggers only when the heart isn't contracting. What is the treatment for ventricular fibrillation in a patient with a pacemaker? So fibrillation, I forgot that. Okay, so defibrillation, that's stopping fibrillation, Mr. Joshua. I forgot what fibrillation means. Fibrillation. Oh, it's the same thing. Wait, fibrillation. Oh, that's it. I can lead to it's correct. It's also called AFib. Well, I actually don't know that. Okay. Oops. It's a quivering regular heartbeat arrhythmia. Okay. All right. So what's the treatment for ventricular fluttering of the heart in a patient with pacemaker? Defibrillation. So you shock them to stop the fibrillation. Okay, but be sure to keep the paddles away from the pacemaker. Average lifespan pacemaker battery, 7-15 years. What are the most common causes of multifocal atrial tachycardia? Chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder. Exacerbation is the most cause. Methylxanthine toxicity. Treatment of airway obstruction. Oh, it's for asthma. Oh. Okay, I gotta remember it's for asthma. Okay. I already know what. Okay, chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder. Oh, it's the lungs. I was thinking it's the heart the whole time. Group of lung disease, block airflow, make it. Okay, I should write that down. Okay. Gonna put it here. Congestive heart failure. Okay. All right. So the most common causes for multifocal atrial tachycardia, chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder. Okay, congestive heart failure. Okay, sepsis, infection. Okay, asthma treatment. Okay, consists of treating the underlying disorder as well as the use of verapamil, magnesium, or digoxin for slowing the arrhythmia. Okay. Okay. What are the most common causes of atrial fibrillation? Coronary artery disease. Okay, with myocardial ischemia. Myocardium. Of the middle layer of the heart wall. Okay, so okay. And hypertensive heart disease are the most common causes. Other common causes: mitral aortic valvular heart disease. Cor pulmonale. High blood pressure in the pulmonary arteries. Okay. That causes atrial fibrillation. Okay. Dilated cardiomyopathy. Okay. As long as I know what it is. Alright. Cor pulmonale is high pressure in the pulmonary artery. Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Obstructive alcohol intoxication. Or holiday heart syndrome. Okay. That's when you get fibrillation of the heart or flooding the heart from drinking a lot. Hypothyroidism, hypoxia, pre-excitation syndrome, which is the ventricles being activated too early, caused by abnormal connection or accessory pathway between or within cardiac chambers. So it travels electrically in different pathways. Okay. Just yep. And that's it for today.